Hey guys, Monster50 here, currently another review leading up to my World's End review. This time of Paul, which, just to crush any thoughts that this is anything to do with the Cornetto trilogy, this is nothing to do with the Cornetto trilogy, guys. The only real links are that this stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and the fact that there are a few references to Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead in the film. But that's about as far as it goes. It's not part of the series. I mean, for one thing, it's not directed by Edgar Wright, and for another, it's a completely different style of humour. It's more along the lines of of British humour mixed with Judd Apatow humour, rather than Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's unique style of humour. Unique style of British humour, should I say. Just want to clear that up before I start the review. Anyways, so first of all, the storyline for Paul, which is an interesting one. The whole storyline for Paul, in case anyone doesn't know, it came about while Simon Pegg was on the set filming Shaun of the Dead. He just came up with the idea while they were bored, and a while later they decided, hey, why not make this film? So that's basically how they came about with the storyline. And considering that was what the whole spark of the storyline was, it was actually very well told and very well done, considering that. It's not the best storyline. It's like, considering the best way to compare this is to Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, purely because they both star Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. It's nowhere near as complex or as good as those storylines, but it's serviceable. It's more of a road trip film than anything else, and the slight references to Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz I did appreciate. I ain't going to give any of them away, by the way, guys. If you really care, I'd recommend watching Shaun of the Dead, then watching Hot Fuzz, then watching Paul, and you'll probably notice the references a lot more, because Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead will still be fresh in your mind. So, yeah, the storyline, I'll probably give it a 7. It's an interesting one. It's not the best storyline in the world. It could have been done better, but considering Simon Pegg just thought of it on the set of Shaun of the Dead, it's very impressive considering that. It's a lot better than, for instance, the thing that I believe it's closest to, which is Ted. I believe it's a lot better than that, and yeah, because that's the best way to describe it, actually. Think of a better version of Ted meets a better version of Fanboys, and that's pretty much what you get with Paul. It's a fun film, but it's nothing really that original. And the characters are good. I don't believe they're as good as in Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead, even. I don't believe they're as good as Shaun of the Dead's characters or even Hot Fuzz's characters, but I don't know, they're serviceable, they're good enough, yeah, so character-wise, I'll probably give them 8. Acting is great. You got fucking Simon Pegg, you got Nick Frost, you got Seth Rogen, you got Bill Hader, you got this little nerdy guy that was in small roles in both Superbad and Pineapple Express, whose name I do not know. You've got Jason Bateman, you've got a cameo which I won't give away, even though it's pretty obvious from the outset. You've got anyone else? I guess the guy that played Alan's dad in Hangover. No idea what his name is, but he's in it. You've got a lot of people in this film, and they all do a very good job with their roles. What do you expect, considering how good these guys have been in previous films? And also, with half that cast I listed, that gives away to an idea. That more or less gives away that it's more of a Judd Apatow film than a Simon Pegg and Nick Frost film. It's even directed by a guy that directed Superbad, so there that is. So, yeah, acting, I'll give a 9.5, because people do a good job with the roles they're given, and, yeah. Humour, I believe, it's good, but it's weird, because it's a contrast between American humour and British humour, and American humour and British humour are very different, and they do a good job of combining the two, I must say. It's not as good as I wanted it to be humour-wise, but it's not as bad as I feared it would be, if you know what I mean by that. So, I mean, humour I'll give an 8.5. I believe they've done as good a job as they could with mixing British humour and American humour together. And overall, it's a good film, it's a fun film, it's nothing spectacular, but it is enjoyable, and you could do a lot worse. I mean, if you liked Ted and Fanboys, you'll probably love this, because, I mean, it's like those films put together and made a hell of a fucking lot better with much better characters. So, yeah. And overall, I will probably give Paul about an 8 out of 10, and yeah, I recommend it. Don't expect anything as good as Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz, but it is serviceable. It's probably I'll probably put it on the same lines as I'll put it a bit better as bit better than One Fat Boy One. So yeah, and that's all I have to say. So it's Moss50 signing out.